So here's what happened. Let me start you off on this one little quick short episode about my day. So my lovely friend Mark Torres from It Came From the Radio and the awesome Charlie, we're actually heading out to Big Apple Con. They get invited to like these crazy events. It's awesome. It's amazing. You make sure you look out for them, listen to them. They're out there on Long Island, and you can listen to their podcast from the internet. However, what ended up happening is that they gave Rit Ralph a call over to kind of help them out with like recording, kind of working on stuff. And I have been knocked out for like the last few weeks. Like I have been overworking myself to the point that Sleep and I are no longer friends. Like it's almost as if Sleep and I have broken up, and right now I'm trying to get back with him. So what ended up happening is that they're out there working. I kind of knew that they were going, but I was just kind of like way too tired to do anything else. So what ends up happening is Rit Ralph actually sends me a text message with a photo. The photo is of Barbara Eden. It doesn't take much for me to recognize this woman. So let me just give you a quick little rewind on my entire life. So here's the thing. When I was growing up, I know I look very young and I sound a little older than what I may sound depending on what I'm talking about. So I know it's kind of hard sometimes to gauge my age range, but the thing about it is that I'm the last generation that watched my parents' TV. So I watched a lot of Laverne and Shirley, Starsky and Hutch, Carrie Renee. I was watching all of these 60s and 70s shows, some things from the 40s too. Just because that's what my mother watched, Tammy and the Doctor. Like, these are the things that I was watching, and I was so heavily influenced by the TV that I was watching that I don't know anything about my generation. There are times that people my age or younger will be like, hey, remember that show? And I'm always like, yeah, that was a good show. Like, just recently, because of Netflix, I was actually able to watch X-Men, the cartoon. Like, that's how far way back I am. Like, at some point, the TV just stopped. So, my mom she did basically make sure she watched a lot of the stuff that I was watching before I even got a hold of it. And she loved all these classic shows, so I watched a lot of things on syndication as well as on TV Land. Now that I'm older, I still have the same TV preference. I don't know if you've ever seen it in one of my other episodes where I was talking about where I'm in the movie theater watching Scream, and I was the only idiot in there who was my age at the time to go, Henry Winkler! Like, I knew who he was, and they're like, what? All my friends are looking at me like I'm stupid, and I'm like, I meant Drew Barrymore. Like, like it just felt weird because I was more excited to see Henry Winkler than anybody else. And I almost cried, okay? I was in tears, the fact that they had the nerve to kill him. I was like, nobody kills the Fonz, okay? Nobody. So, I see that Barbara Eden's there. Now, I love Bewitched. I love, That Girl, Mary Tyler Moore Show, The Dick Van Dyke Show, and of course, I Dream of Jeannie. Like, I was obsessed with it. You could not tell me that I was not doing the like, I thought I was really her. So I really, really adored the show. I love the idea of it. I love the funniness. I love the fact that they had the art of the fact that when you're dealing with the genie, you better be specific. Yeah, I said it wrong. With what you were wishing for, which is primarily all the rules in general in life. If you wish for $1 million, you need to be specific. Again, with what it is that you want, because if someone dies and they're like, here's the $1 million you asked for, you're like, why did you do that? Technically, they didn't do anything wrong. You did not tell them what it was that you wanted. When you go to the bank, you ask for change. You tell them how you want your change, right? So, I was just so excited, kind of rewinding, fast forwarding here. So being the fact that was my childhood, I got the chance to really enjoy all these things, and it brought back all these memories of, watching these shows with my mom, watching the old movies, and I mean, I'm not in the correct generation, I can tell you that, and I think I'm also in the wrong country, because every now and then I have a British or an Asian accent. I'm not sure what happens. So what ends up happening is I dropped everything that I was doing. Like, I was like, oh man, today's gonna be lazy. Oh my god, it's Barbara Eden! Like, I dropped everything that I was doing just to get there, because I was like, guys, I need to know, like, when she's gonna be there, how long she's gonna be there, if I can get there on time. Like, so what ends up happening, Ralph finds out that she was actually going to be doing some autographs afterwards. Now, I finally get there. I'm super psyched. I paid for a ticket that for like just for like an hour, just so I can get in the vicinity of her. So I get the ticket, I get upstairs, I finally spot her, and he's like, sit sit. She's over there. So I beeline over there, and what do I see? I see her sitting there, and I'm like, I'm not the type to get starstruck. Okay, I've worked on set. It's not that I don't appreciate the artwork that new stars and other stars have done, but there's something a little different to certain classic shows that like really bring it back. You know, as if you're watching the Andy Griffith Show, the Leave It to Beaver. You know, those are certain shows like when you fall in love with them to a certain level, it's like that's probably where I have to be to really get starstruck. Otherwise, when I see other actors, I get excited. I'm like, oh my god, another actor. But I don't get starstruck. So now I have practically tears in my eyes because I'm like, oh my god, that's her. That's her. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do I say to her? I can't go over there and talk to her because I'm gonna sound freaking stupid. I'm just like a stupid crazy fan. Well, that's what you are. You really shouldn't get upset because you are a really stupid crazy fan. Well, you know, I'm not really that crazy. I'm just kind of a little obsessed with her. That is the last thing you want to sound like. You do not want to sound like an obsessed fan. Maybe I do. So it's like 1,000 thoughts are racing through my mind. And Ralph's like, go. And I'm like, I can't go over there. Is that her bottle? That's her Jeannie bottle? Suddenly my mind is erased because I see these Jeannie bottles. Now, here's the thing. I have been watching these bottles for a long time. However, the bottles were like a little too expensive for me at the time, and I couldn't really afford it. So I'm like always like pacing by the website like, are they gonna do a sale? Like, like I'm always just kind of just watching the site. So I was already familiar with this artist, with it being handmade, the handmade paint, the glass, the whole 9 yards, and the whole shebang-a-bang. And I spot it and I'm like, those are them. and then my wallet looks at me in fear. So what ends up happening is I realize I have just enough money to get the bottle and get the autograph. So now in my head, the angel and the devil are both like, you know, you should get it. And I'm like, you guys never team up together. I'm gonna get it! Ah! Like this is what's going on in my head. Meanwhile, on the surface, keep in mind how monotone faced I am. So the whole time I'm doing this. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you again. How much are the bottles? You know, like I'm trying to be as calm as possible, but in my head, I am flipping out. So finally, I get the bottle. I pick the bottle because they had the bottles for every season, right? When he first finds her, first season, second season, third season, and even the bottle of the evil sister, who I was always a fan of. She might have always been a little jealous of Jeannie because she found love, but her sister was fun. So I ended up picking the bottle for her sister, particularly just for this. And I'm sitting there like going insane. And he even has a bottle where the furniture is inside the bottle. And then when you look inside the bottle, it's her like ah! Okay, but I didn't have enough money for that. But however, I ended up picking the evil sister bottle, and I'm walking over towards them, and the lady that's with her, I'm asking like, how much is the autograph? She's like, oh, with the bottle it's actually much cheaper. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, great. And I'm like, you take credit card? She's like, oh no, only cash. My heart stopped. It was just like and I'm like, what do you cash only? See, now here's the thing to know about me. Just in general, and for any future muggers who may see me passing by in the future, I don't carry cash. I really don't. It's not really my thing. If I ever have cash, it's probably because someone just gave it to me, like, oh, here's some $5. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't forget to deposit this. I keep everything inside my bank, so I don't really ever carry cash, and it hurts me when I have to like go back to the ATM to go withdraw it. So my heart stops, and I'm thinking, what if she leaves? Yeah, I know she was gonna be there all day, but that's exactly what went through my head. It was like, she's gonna leave, and by the time I come back, I won't get the out. Like, I'm freaking out in my head. So now I'm on a mission. Suddenly I'm like, mission accepted. So I run as fast as I can to the nearest ATM machine, only to be charged $5 to pull out my own cash, which by the way kind of pisses me off. You know, I love my bank. I love sticking with them because I like to chase what matters. But $5 at a hotel to take my cash out, that's cold, man. $3, $3.50, but $5, come on, man, that's messed up. So I run all the way back upstairs, super psyched, and the whole time when I'm walking by people, everyone's like, oh my god, that's the Jeannie bottle. And I had a death grip on this thing. You could not pry it out of my, basically if I had died at that very moment, you just would have just put me in the casket with it because I was not letting go. And anyone I saw eyeballing the bottle, I was like, I'm friendly, just don't touch the bottle. So I get all the way upstairs, and you know, she's just sitting there, just chilling out, playing on her iPad, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, she has an iPad, I have an iPad, oh my god, like there's so much dumb crap that was going through my head. So finally, I pay the money, I pay it to her, and I'm walking over to her, and I felt like I was getting married. I assume that's what that would be, like when you're walking down the aisle, and I was like, I had the bottle, I was like, so that's really what was going through my head. So finally she sees the bottle, I was like, oh, like she was just so sweet and so warm, and I didn't even know how to tell her. I was trying to figure out like things to say to her, and she was talking to me, and I kid you not, my brain shut off. It was worse than when I met Henry Winkler. Like, at least with Henry Winkler, I could listen to him. With her, it was just like, oh my god, that's her. Her lips are moving. Say something stupid. Say something, no, don't say anything stupid, but you know, say something, comma, stupid. Like, you know, like that's exactly what was going through my head. And then I remember her saying gold, as in like the gold ink, she's gonna sign it. And she looked up at me like, if it's okay, and I go, that's perfect. And I was like, dumb. Why did you just say perfect? That doesn't even answer a question. You could have said, I think gold would be appropriate for the bottle. There was 5 million other ways to have said that sentence, but what do? You just say, perfect. Oh. Like, I kid you not, that anime mom was like appeared on the side of my head. So like I'm trying to like be as calm as possible, and I'm like, I'm a really big fan. Dumb. No one asked you. You're not even helping me talk to her. What else do I say? So, the only other way I could actually kind of get myself to warm up was that the woman who was with her was saying my name was Cadma. So she goes, where's that name from? And I said, oh, it's from the fact that my mom couldn't choose a name at birth, so she just kind of slapped all 5 of them, and now I have 6. And that's also my stage name. So I take pride in my Cadma. And thus, a Cadma was born. So she goes, 5 names. So now Barbara Eden's laughing at my mom. That's right, Mom. Yeah, that's right. So, so she's laughing, and the woman goes, what is your full name? And I was like, Chantal, Antoinette, Diane, Marie Aids. And she said, oh, wow, like that's a lot. Like, I know you would think I wasn't from here, but really I'm more native to this land than most people. Barbara Eden's laughing, so now I kind of feel a little bit calmer, but I'm still thinking in my head, like, that was so easy to say to your friend, but not to you. I'm so terrified to look at you. I'm so terrified to... Can you sign the bottle? Like, so finally I give her the bottle. She's signing it, and I told her, like, I can't wait to rub this in my mom's face. I can't wait. Like, that slipped out, and then I realized, you sound like such a jerk to Barbara Eden. Shut up. Like, I should just probably stay silent. Like, that would just be safer. She's gonna go home in her diary like, Dear Gin Diary, met this crazy black niece looking girl who said she was gonna take this bottle, like, rub it in her mom's face because I gave her a signature. And like, I picture that entire thing within like 2 seconds. And all I can think of is, why? Why? And meanwhile, she's just being as sweet as ever. And oh my god, I think she's a real gem. She has not aged a day. Like, it's almost uncanny. You're like, oh yeah, that's Bar. Oh, what? Like, she is not aged at all. Like, she's just this timeless piece, period. Like, what you see in the show is what you see in person. It's incredible. So I'm pretty sure she's a real genie. I'm sticking to it. Confident about it. But I also, hold on, I'm sorry, my camera got jealous of my excitement over Barbara. So she's signing the bottle, and I was just thrilled to death that she was actually signing it. Ralph was recording it for me, so I'm gonna get the certificate of authenticity, the whole 9 yards. So here's the thing, once she finishes, she's so polite, and she's like, just make sure the ink dries, and she was just, oh my gosh, she was just so freaking nice. So I'm just like, say something cool. No, you're gonna say something dumb. Just walk away. Just say thank you. Thank you. Like, I'm trying my best not to screw up the most basic words in the English language, and I still managed to do it. So we walk away, and everyone's kind of looking at me from, it came from the radio. They're all looking at me, and I kind of just had this death grip on it. I'm like, hey guys, hi. hi, and they're like, we see you look pretty happy with your bottle, and I am grinning from ear to ear, and I take the time to text everyone in my phone, people I haven't even spoken to, people I don't share my personal life with, and I'm like, check out this picture, ping, 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 oh my god, Instagram, Facebook, ping, 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 Tumblr, ping, like I was on everything. I let my posts be public on my personal Facebook, and then on the fan page, like I was just everywhere, and I was like, oh my god, people, I'm serious, I really text this to every single person. So if I had your number, you got that message. So I was just so thrilled and so psyched. And on my Instagram, a friend of mine from middle school, fantastic woman to know, she even leaves a message going, I think I remember you being obsessed with her in middle school. And I was like, what? You think, or are you sure? And she's like, no, I think I have photographic evidence of you doing this. And I'm like, oh, so you got evidence? That where's this evidence, so I was just so happy and ecstatic just for the sake of one, meeting her. And I'm roaming around, and Ralph sees me, like, because I'm still doing the shark thing, like, so he goes, just go talk to her, why don't you ask her for some acting advice? And I'm like, that's gay. And I was like, bruh, that's gay, I'm not doing it. He's like, just go talk to her. And I was like, oh no, I've said enough dumb things, not doing it, I am not doing it. And he goes, well, why don't you at least just tell her how much of an inspiration you find her to be? And I'm thinking to myself, that sounds simple. There's no way in the world I can screw that up. There's no way. So as I walk over, I still have the death grip in the bottle, and I'm like walking over, so I must look like a really buff little girl, like, hey, yeah, I'm not letting go of this bottle because you signed it. Thank you so much. You're such an inspiration, and I really love growing up watching your show. I know I look a little young, but I watched the stuff in syndication and then TV Land, and I'm just such a really big fan. And at this point now, I'm getting teary-eyed, and I can hear it in my voice, and I'm just like, I've never done that, meeting anyone in my life. So now I'm like, I gotta cut this sentence short before I'm like, I can't believe I met you. And I'm like, you're gonna sound like such a retard. Please end the sentence now. Thank you. Like, it was just, oh my god, I don't think I've ever looked so dumb in my life. And trust me, I've had a lot of dumb moments. So it's just kind of like, what do I say now? And she was so sweet. She was such an angelic being that she was just kind of going along with it. And I think she was surprised probably by my age and my excitement to meet her. But otherwise, she was just incredibly sweet about the whole thing. She didn't even laugh about me, not even like when I turned away, like, what a weirdo. Like, that didn't even happen, because I probably would have said that about me. She didn't pull out the cross with some holy water to keep me away from her. It was a good thing. It was a very good thing. But I was just so excited and so in love with getting the bottle that had been eyeballing for so freaking long, alongside with the one woman that I absolutely just find incredibly inspiring when I watch her shows, when I watch the movies that she's done. You see what happens? I start talking about Barbara Eden, I forget how to talk English good, but yeah, just from watching her career and just kind of just going back to a moment of time that when me and my mom had a lot of fun doing, which is watching, I Dream of Jeannie, watching these shows, and I was just thrilled to death just to absolutely meet her. If you guys ever have a chance, you guys see her at a convention, do yourself a favor, go just walk up to her and just be kind of in awe of the kind of person she is, because she seems very laid back, she seems like very humble, and it was everything that I pictured Barbara Eden to be, which is the best part, because not every celebrity you meet is who you think they are, because you're like, oh my god, they're great, and then you find out that they're jerks. So, with Barbara Eden, it was everything that I absolutely imagined, and I'm so happy, okay, that I dropped everything that I was doing just to go over there and just meet her and have to sign the bottle. That's the entire time you guys are like, wow, you've done a lot of talking about Barbara Eden. You're halfly dressed as her, and yet we haven't seen the bottle. Give me 1 second. Check out my new home. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little close up. I have not taken out the saran wrap. I plan on just putting like a golden case around it with lasers, just to make sure nothing ever happens to this bottle. But I do want to show you guys. I got the bottle from her evil sister because she's a little fun. But don't get me wrong, I still love Jeannie. Jeannie's my girl. That's why I got her costume. Just saying. But this is the evil sister one that I got. I'm hoping you can see that. And then let me. No perverted comments. I mean, the detail on this thing is absolutely incredible, and I'm just so happy that I got the chance to actually get this bottle. It was worth every penny, the moment, the everything, just everything in general. I'm just gonna build a shrine around her. Nothing like Hey Arnold, but just a shrine, you know, just a small one, you know, a couple of pictures, a couple of bottles, you know, the size of half a room, a small shrine, that's all I'm saying. But here's to the Queen of Gins, and I think you're absolutely incredible. I just want to share this moment with you guys because I'm really, really, really happy just to chance the fact that I got to meet her. It really made my day. I've had a very strange life, so the fact that I got to meet someone who I really do like look up to, and I admire her career, that was just simply breathtaking. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my little journey from the Big Apple Con, just for that one moment, and that's it. But yeah, I guess I probably should do the dance out, but you know, I really don't want to let go of this, but I'm probably gonna sleep with this thing. I'm not kidding. Thank you guys so much. Whoop, whoop. Okay, you don't have to ask me so much. It's fine, I'll do it. Okay, word from Barbara Eden. Make sure you click subscribe, click the bell for notifications on new Weird Cadma shows, and you can get your very own Cadma if you rub my bottle correctly. Mom, that's not what I meant. I swear to. Oh,